make some noise. Get involved, let your voice be heard.
It's just a labor of love of all these people coming together and being like, we don't need to do it any other way than our own way.
This is a time of growth for those that know, and it's a time of hope for those that don't. But if your mind is open, you'll get shown.
I dig that a lot.
We've had our sights blinded. All of my like-minded people need to get up and discover the right time is now. Just start opposing the powers that arose in ancient days and pave the way to the slow that's so controlled it's sickening.
I just think music now more than ever before is kind of in a position to change some things again.
As anybody, but I'm not afraid of it. This is where the change comes, and this is where we make some difference. Embrace what's within us and escape from this prison. All it takes is a little bit of faith and a little bit of love to get rid of all the hate.
I was a development studies student who wanted to save the world.
And was very much interested in why in some places in the world rich people were rich and why poor people were poor, and that whole thing.
Bring about a change, so take a second and shake your head and then take a step ahead and think about it.
I was in Southern Africa having the time of my life and had finished school and was just like a lot of, I guess, young people just kind of looking for their spot to fit. I didn't know where I was going to fit.
Self-sufficiency replaced by clone copywritten seeds.
I had arrived in Johannesburg and Black Alicious was in town. I had no idea who the opening acts were, but To Me and the Volume was one of them. They just walked out, and from that it was just the goosebump kind of show.
We are a proud people, a loud people, a lost people, a beautiful people, and equally foul people, a proud people, a loud people, a lost
A black Muslim MC, white Jewish bass player, two Mozambican guys. I just love what they represent, and I love the musicianship involved, and there wasn't a moment in their set where I wasn't just jaw open, loving it.
Speaking to y'all people, to all people, hopefully more people will stop eating all people. What? Proud people, loud people.
And I just knew in my own head that if I put them on a stage in Montreal and there was 300 people in the room, that room would go off.
It's like you just like, look man, I really love the music. I wanna try and bring you out here, expose you to some of these people.
We had them in Canada for about 2.5 weeks.
That's really our plan, you know, with Doom and the Volume, is just to expose people to their own humanity, really. He felt the music and he thinks that people out here should be exposed to the music. That was really dope.
Here we go from the start.
They could rock a show with the Macy Grays, the Jurassic 5s, the Ben Harpers. It's the resources, it's the South African rand that doesn't get them too far some of the time.
Every face shows a trace of a dark in the world, and how harsh it is, was no God in this.
There's about 3 other people who are involved on a full-time basis. We hang out a bunch of the time on College Street.
I feel like that's where we can make a difference. Changing what goes on every day now, it's like...
Is that what socially responsible is? Can we define this right now, right here?
But yeah, but that's the question, like really and truly, that's the question.
The whole mandate of District 6 music is just providing good opportunities for young people to get down on putting out their own music and starting their own labels.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it just so happens that our method is music.
Execute with extreme prejudice, a dream led to this. My brain not athletes, effortless, a MIC specialist, walking street expressionist, performing feats worse than this. Even when I'm resting, kid, I'm pressing this.
The African Way tour, it was extremely cold. It was an amazing experience. It was basically 15 of us on the road and just basically going town to town, very much promoted on a grassroots level.
I mean, it's everything for a band like To Me and the Volume to be heard and to say what they have to say, and I think what they're saying is important.
It's really, I think, about communicating with people and teaching them a little bit of our culture and just exposing them to it, you know?
It was 76, the street blue and ebony mist. I'm treading it swift and running past where Hector got hit. Bullets rang, several kids ran. better not flinch. I catch a glimpse of this bastard running past us with a gas mask, chucking tear gas.
To me and the Volume and all of these other people that we're working with, it's not on some charity kick. I'd rather see something sustain itself. That's what I want this record label to be. We're in Quebec and Ontario in early February.
It was a blizzard, so I wasn't very happy. I was here with the band and we're just like this, you know, like, Argh!
Like they were not prepared for that at all.
I left the South African summer to get here, alright? It's summer back home. It's summer back home.
We had an amazing time, but there were definitely kinks along the way.
I locked keys in the car.
We're stuck in Montreal.
Stress, man, stress.
Had to be in Kingston the next day.
He bounced back really well with that. He, you know, we didn't miss a show or nothing like that, so he, you know.
Their schedule was pretty much packed up right from the start with just, we're trying to create as much awareness in the media and the local media and college media, etc.
It's not really like a poetry thing where I do a poem and the band plays. It's really like a dope band, you know?
We didn't get any money from the government, any money from any corporate sponsors. It was self-funded.
I want you to please give a warm welcome to Toomey and the Volume.
The response was amazing. Toomey and the Volume pretty much rocked every room that they went to.
Loud people, lost people, beautiful people, and equally foul people. I'm thinking of your people, all people. Hopefully, all people will stop being all people. Proud people, loud people, lost people, beautiful people, and equally foul people. Proud people, loud people, lost people, beautiful people, and equally foul people. I'm thinking of your people.
It was all worth it at the end of it. We had made about $160, I think, on the tour, split it 15 ways. I think we got, what did we do? Pizzas and beer probably, and Tim Hortons coffee, and that was about it. And we all had a good chuckle about it just because we broke even, we did what we said we were gonna do.
Yo, thank you very much for having us, yo.
South Africa knows what's up. They're it's cutting edge right now in a lot of ways. And North America is just sleeping on it, and I think that's a shame.
When it rains and pours, when it's hot, open your doors. We keep it blacker than a soul, chain the wars, and soul in the jaw, never change at all. Still here trying to praise the Lord.
I was listening to so many people telling me that Toomey and the Volume will never be commercially viable in North America. And what's been neatest is when we became in control of our own ship, because we were like, we can do this now, and we don't really need anybody.
So you take 10?
Yeah,
so we'll sell for $12.99.
That's cool.
Okay, cool.
All right. I know that Toomey and the Volume is excited about distributing their music in North America, and they're going to potentially make some money, and that's a good thing.
I'm in a resting home and not for easy. Y'all seen the work, how I beat the word till it bleeds and hurts and it flees the verse and it needs another.
The work will always exist, but he's really facilitated, you know, us being here and speaking to people in North America.
Right now, it's just trying to make the music as accessible as possible to as many different people as possible.
And do it in not in a big bad North American record label way.
I think there is room to see record labels become a thing that musicians and artists trust and like again.
He pulled off a miracle, really, you know, for one dude to bring us out. It shows you what passion can do in music, really, you know.
Work, I'll beat the words, all bleeds and hurts, and it flees the verse, and it needs a nurse, and it frees all the seeds on earth.
If I wasn't in Johannesburg that night, I don't know if any of this would have happened. My life wouldn't be the same without these guys right now.
Nah, we can't wait, yeah.